Hello viewers, this is OBN Horn of Africa, our weekly program Invest in Ethiopia. Today we'll be discussing Tanzania economic relationship. To discuss this issue, I joined by Ambassador of Ethiopia to Tanzania, Ambassador Shibiru Mamo. Do you stay with us till the end of our program? Ambassador, it is really good to have you on this platform.
Thank you very much for your opportunity.
How do you see the historical relationship between Ethiopia and Tanzania as they have established, especially as founding members of the OAU and as initiators of and promoters of Pan-Africanism?
Thank you very much. The diplomatic relation between Ethiopia and Tanzania have deep historical roots initiated by founding fathers. Julius Nyerere and the Emperor Haile Selassie of Ethiopia. The leaders played a pivotal role in the liberation movement across of Africa to establish OAU in 1963. The diplomatic relation has now accounted more than 60 years. In addition to this, the relation between the two countries, they have also firm stand in the collaboration on multilateral forum, partnership like AU, UN, non-aligned movement, continental and regional issues. Both countries have strong stand on developing cross-boundary resources and equitable utilization of resource. In this regard, they have both signed and ratified the Comprehensive Frame Agreement, CFA.
Okay, well, recently, Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed has paid a visit to Tanzania. Would you tell us the importance of the Premier's visit in strengthening the relationship between the two nations?
Yes, really, the visit of our Prime Minister, Dr. Abiy Ahmed visit is very important and strengthening the relation between the two countries. The relation to be very smooth and high level visit exchange, excellent relations to its high level, good partnership on international and continental issues, and also it needs further strengthening the relation. The importance of the Premier Abiy Ahmed state visit in Tanzania, it's very important and boosts the relation between the two countries. The importance to put in points, it will broaden ties and cooperation between the two countries, and as well as strengthening existing relation and enhancing economic cooperation, and as well as strengthening joint effort to combat human trafficking and terrorism. Also help on open up market, trade, investment, and agricultural products. And as well, it's enhancing exchanging of past experience in selected areas.
During the Premier's visit, the two countries have signed a number of agreements or Memorandum of Understandings. What are the areas the two nations are agreed to work on?
During the primary visit, the two countries have signed a number of agreements, right you are. The agreement is on electrical trade under the framework of African Continental Free Trade, wishes to start trading electricity, trade under the African Continental Free Trade Area Agreement by promoting sustainable and harmonious trade development of both sides on the principle of reciprocity. The other is on the area of culture and arts. This is based on cultural activities such as cultural festival and cultural tourism, research development, and as well as film industry, and as well art exhibition and festival, including social integration and arts. The third area of cooperation in the visit that signed is on the cooperation in the field of agriculture. This is in connected with research and development of high yield with seed varieties, exchanging experiences in the field of irrigation, agricultural technology, agro-industry, and pest management of agricultural production, among other things.
What would the role of your embassy in implementing the signed agreement?
The role of the embassy, as you know, that embassy primary role is to facilitate diplomatic relation between the sending countries and the receiving country, and as well as the role of an embassy is realizing agreements signed between the host country and the home country, and involve facilitating communication, cooperation, and follows the implementation of the agreements.
Ambassador, Ethiopian Foreign Minister Ambassador Taye Asqasilase, during his discussion with the Tanzanian counterpart, agreed to immediately hold the Tanzania-Ethiopia Joint Ministerial Committee meeting. What is the contribution of this meeting in enhancing the ties between the two nations?
Well, the contribution of Ethiopia, Tanzania, and GMC, we expected it will be held in the coming maybe between March and April. The purpose of a joint ministerial commission is to promote dialogue, address concerns, and enhance of collaboration in areas of such as trade, economy, defense, environment, education, culture, and other area of mutual interest. In this regard, reviewing the status of the implementation of the agreement signed between the two countries, as well as coordinate overall relations between the two countries, reviewing and renew agreements and memorandum of understanding. And as well, it identifies and recommends areas to make agreements.
Well, Ambassador, what are the investment opportunities and the platforms in Ethiopia, especially to attract foreign direct investment, and how you have been promoting the investment potential of the country to the entire world, including Tanzania?
Just shortly to respond to your question, the opportunities and the promotion of investment. One, availability of reform investment policies in our country. We promote and brief to the foreign private companies. The other is easiness of to do business in the one window service, and as well as expanded industrial park with full infrastructure. The other is availability of affordable and well-skilled human power, and environmentally friendly and renewable energy availability, among other things. Based upon these opportunities, we try to promote for the private investors, companies, and the one who has an interest to seek the lucrative business in Ethiopia.
So, so far, how many Tanzanian investors are attracted to Ethiopia to invest in the country?
Still now, we are working on it. A number of higher official visits is carried out. A number of memorandums of understanding is signed. But except the airline services, the other is not yet started. Based upon this, we are trying our best. This joint ministerial commission, after finalizing the meeting, maybe it will open the door.
Well, Ethiopia is globally renowned for coffee and tea production, and the Tanzanians tea and the coffee are also popular. Therefore, what are the two countries planned in accessing markets together for their products?
Okay, as you know, that Ethiopia is best well known for high quality organic coffee, supplier to the global market, and to improve coffee production and quality in the sales allows value-added coffee transaction. In this regard, the two countries should have to work on sharing best experiences on areas in the search market for agricultural products, as well as export added agricultural products, modernize and the use of advanced technology to the sector, focusing on agro-processing industry. In such cases, exchanging the best experience the respective country need to change to integrated and strengthening to get common benefits.
Well, another issue is Ethiopia is ranked first in terms of having a large number of cattle, while Tanzania holds the third position. How do you describe this visit in terms of exchanging the experiences in this area?
Yeah, likewise, as Ethiopia is known in coffee as well as Ethiopia is in the Africa, as the highest number of cattle in Africa. But Ethiopia is not using this from the cattle production, qualified and professional breeding culture and the legal supply chain for market are still challenging sector development. To improve this livestock production, sharing experience with the countries like Tanzania is essential for the interest of those countries. In this regard, this agreement is signed on agricultural products to sharing experience. Each country with the best experience are as a milestone for the two countries to work together on the sector, and as well strengthening export and import, the production and the medical supplies. As you know, Ethiopia has also better experience on research and the medical manufacturing sector. So Tanzania shares these best experiences from Ethiopia. I think this is the important areas they share experiences.
Good. Ethiopia and Tanzania are also among countries ratified African Continental Free Trade Area. What is the role of this free trade area in accelerating economic development of the nations, in particular, and the region in general?
Yeah, in general, the population of Africa is, as you know, that 1.4 billion. The number of the population by itself is a market. Africa need to be transact or changing commodities among themselves. But this continental African continental trade areas, its uses is to promote continental and regional integration, unlocking continent's massive market potential, and as well as create a single market for goods and services. Finally, it will help us enhance the mobility of capital and human power among the African countries.
Good. What is the role of Ethiopian embassies in promoting investment opportunities or options of the nation? And what is your embassy is doing in this regard?
Well, in this regard, one main task of the embassy is need to play a better role in the promoting investment by serving as a bridge between foreign investors and the host country, providing information, support, and advocacy to facilitate the investment flows, and as well as contributing to the economic growth and development. In this connection, still our embassy tries to identify the potential private investors and even foreign companies, and as well as by participating on different trade and investment exhibition gives information on enabling environment, investment policies and incentives, and as well as about Ethiopia government has put attractive admission and regulatory incentives schemes in place of foreign investors. So investors will also benefit from easily accessible and efficient one-stop shopping services at Ethiopian Investment Agency and industrial parks. By considering all these very important parameters, just will promote Ethiopia, give information, and try to recruit and encourage them to visit Ethiopia.
Intra-African investment is very crucial in properly using their natural resources. How many Tanzanian investors are currently investing in Ethiopia in this regard?
In this respect, by and large, despite some activities prevailed, it needs more effort. Especially, it is quite important to encourage the growth in two-way trade and the growing interests of the private sector in both Tanzania and Ethiopia to invest in each other's country. In line with this, it is very important of expanding trade investment to drive strategic engagement forward. As the two leaders during the visit agreed the discussion, it is to be encourage the business people in Tanzania and Ethiopia to fully utilize opportunities available in both countries, especially within the framework of the African continental free trade area. Based upon this, encouraging and promoting the investment in both sides, win-win benefit. They are an important way of seeing this matter.
Okay. My next question is, what is expecting from both countries in creating regional integration?
Well, regional integration requires connection between neighboring countries in the area of infrastructure, of transport, ICT, energy, natural resource, and security. Currently, Ethiopia and Tanzania entered the agreement to update or upgrade their cooperation to connect both countries with electric energy trade, culture, to share their best experiences, and to play their constructive roles on regional integration.
Ethiopia is working by designing a homegrown economic reform. What is the main goal of this reform and its importance in strengthening private sector and attracting investors to the country?
Well, to give a little bit before I briefing on the questions, a little bit I will give you the backgrounds. The homegrown economic reforms, which was initiated by our Prime Minister, Dr. Abiy Ahmed, in 2018, as vital role to ensure microeconomic stability and to sustain the rapid economic growth by promoting further participation of the private sector in the economy, and as well as it balances the public-private sector role in the economy, as well as to create a favorable environment for development of limiting the role of the government to be the selected economic services and encouraging private investment. And these ongoing measures taken by Ethiopian government in telecom as well as in banking service are exemplary measures which illustrate the commitment of the government, commitment to open up the economy more to the private sectors. It promotes FDI through mobilization external resources. Generally, I can say that the homegrown economy reforms commenced by Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed initiative is the pathway to realize prosperity of Ethiopia.
Good. Ethiopia has also built many industrial parks across the country. What is the role of expanding industrial parks in attracting both domestic and foreign investors to the country?
Well, just to say a little bit about the use of industrial parks. Yeah, industrial parks are key instrument for attracting investment, promoting technological transfers, as well as export promotion and generating employment, thereby achieving economic transformation. In this regard, Ethiopia has a number of industrial zones which are operating in different regions of Ethiopia. These industrial parks play a key role towards one, improving sustainability and resilience of economic growth, enhancing contribution of manufacturing to the national economy. It also uses stimulating stagnant exports and foreign direct investment. It uses increasing market openness for FDI. It's also a very important sector in alleviating foreign exchange shortage. In generally, Ethiopia industrial park are also playing pivotal role in serving the ambition of the country of realizing industrialization-led growth and transformation.
Well, Tanzania is among the top tourist destinations in Africa. What lesson should Ethiopia take from Tanzanian experience?
Tanzania, well experienced in tourism. As you know, that just before Tanzania experience, we acquire from it. Just we say a little bit about Ethiopia. Ethiopia, as you know, that a big historically and cultural rich country. It is a home for people with more than 80 ethnic groups and has recorded more than 9 industrial, historical and cultural heritage by UNESCO. And it is one of among those countries who have potential in tourism destination. That means we have rich experience to share to Tanzania and the world, but we have also our own weakness on some areas and a need to some experience from others. In this regard, here are the valuable lessons from Tanzania we have to learn to further improve and enhance our tourism sector. In this connection, quality of infrastructure, well-developed and maintained infrastructure, including transportation, networks, accommodation and facilities, and tourist attractions. In this regard, our country also working strongly on the project like Chorchora, Lalakella, Gorogora, which were part of our Prime Minister. For country initiatives are well connected by transport network, accommodation facilities, and so on. Tanzania can explore and the more various tourism products and experience beyond wildlife safari, such as cultural tours, historical sites, beach destinations, and adventure activities like hiking and water sports. The diversification can attract a wide range of tourists and extended their stay in the country. In this case, Ethiopia ought to learn from Tanzania marketing strategies and invest in targeted promotion efforts to reach key international markets. Maybe this includes leverage of digital platforms, participating in international travel fairs and exhibition, and collaborating with tour operators and travel agencies to increase visibility and potential investors. It's also mandatory to work further on tourism training and capacity building in tourism sector, like to certify tourists.
Good. The Ethiopian embassy in Tanzania covers other neighboring countries such as Malawi. How is your team engaging with countries in the region in establishing strong relations with Ethiopia?
Sure, you're right. In addition to Tanzania, we cover, as a non-resident ambassador to Malawi and Mozambique. In this regard, Ethiopia has a strong diplomatic relation with Mozambique and Malawi. The relation between Ethiopia and those countries is historical and based on sense of Pan-Africanism. In addition to this, Ethiopia signed a number of agreements with 2 countries in number of issues. Ethiopia works with the 2 countries together on multilateral diplomatic forums. And also, the 2 countries have also an interest to elevate a relation with Ethiopia to strategic partnership. And also, it needs further strengthening the bilateral relation with those countries.
Ambassador, finally, if you have any message to add, you are welcome.
Thank you very much, Fukadu. Thank you very much. So thank you very much indeed for your insights interview with me online. I believe our conversation provide valuable information for our audience. Thank you very much.
Okay, Ambassador Shibiru Mamo, Ambassador of Ethiopia to Tanzania, thank you for your time and insight on our program.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Dear viewers, that's all what we have for today. Till the next time, bye-bye.